I get up with
Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown of these potential bad boys right here. This is the Nike LeBron Witness 8. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm about to tell you a little bit of something, but first, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you guys by the good folks over at Sole Premise. And what is Sole Premise exactly? Well, I'm glad that you asked. They make everything from large backpacks that can hold up to 5 pairs of shoes and that can be used as carry-on bags during your travels, to regular backpacks that you can use just all day that also carry up to 2 pairs of shoes, duffel bags, sports bags that carry plenty of sneakers for your on-court adventures, as well as other luxury items from luggage to carrier bags, toiletry bags, and sling bags. Most of these items are made out of premium materials, including leather, and if you happen to want vegan-friendly options, they do make polyester versions of the same bags as well. These are quite literally the only bags that I actually use, especially when I'm traveling. Not only do they fit all of my sneakers, but they fit damn near everything else. If you were interested in checking out anything that Sole Premise has to offer, make sure that you click the link down below in the description box. And don't forget when you check out to use our promo code WearTesters. It's going to save you quite a bit of money, I promise. All right, so what I was about to tell you earlier is that LeBron and his line is pretty, I guess, diverse or vast, if you will, where there's not just the mainline signature, but he's had multiple other iterations and lines outside of that, both US based and overseas exclusives as well. The Witness is just kind of one of the more, I guess you would call it the more recent of the bunch, right? I really prefer the Soldier line. I know that they all haven't been great or anything like that, but one of my favorite LeBrons ever is the Nike LeBron Soldier 3. I really wish that they would bring the Soldier line back. I'm just saying, I think that it would be great. But instead, what we've got is this guy right here. Again, this is the Witness series. It's an affordable signature line. So if you were a fan of, like, say, the Kyrie fly traps or something like that, which even though the Kyries were already pretty affordable, they were even more affordable. They were at that 100 or under mark, which is what these guys are, even though they're slightly above now. They're like 109. I got these from a local place here called WSS. I think I've seen them available at Famous Footwear as well. They should be available at more retailers eventually, but so far those are the only two that I've seen them at. I think out the door we paid like 107, something like that, but that's because I had a $10 credit. But anyways, the official retail price is $109, so if this is something that maybe is within your budget, you might be interested. I will say that the Witness line itself has gone through many iterations and ups and downs. It started as like strictly a budget model, and it's gotten that budget line treatment where there's only a little bit of tech inside the shoe. Recently though, I think it was like starting with the 3rd iteration where they started implementing full length cushion, which I thought was awesome. And then we get back to these and it's back to ISO cushion in the heel only. It's kind of weird, especially when you have air strobles and zoom strobles. I know that you guys can put those in there easily, so why not? Anyways, as far as this shoe is concerned, the outsole looks beastly. You've got multiple tread patterns on the bottom here, some of which are actually pointing towards the old Soldier line, which I thought was cool. But basically at the toe area here, you've got just kind of typical like multi-directional herringbone-esque traction pattern. And then right there at the midfoot, it repeats. And then right here at the heel, do you know what this reminds you of? Or reminds me of? These little waves right here with the little nub things cut into them reminds me a lot of the brand black rare metals, one of which I have right up there. That's the colorway that I designed. I don't even know, can they see those?
They can see it blurred out behind your head.
Perfect. Now right here at the midfoot though, we have what looks like the milk crate traction pattern back again. If you guys, again, are fans of the old LeBron lines, like the Soldiers, you'll probably see that and be like, oh, that's cool. A little heritage or history nod in there for those of you guys that have been longtime fans of LeBron. Now again, the cushioning is where the shoe kind of took a hit because I think the last 2 models was full length air, or at least primarily full length air. And I don't know if it was technically like all over, like all encompassing, because I think it was one of those weird units that goes like this. But either way, what we have here is a visible air sole unit in the heel and then just a foam midsole. I can't find any information on WSS or on, what was the other one that I said, Famous Footwear. So those two, they're not like super descriptive. They're very bland as far as like your tech information is concerned. Maybe if these ever reach Nike or the Nike app, then they'll give you more of a better explanation, but time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see.
It's been 84 years.
As far as what I could tell right now, it's a very comfortable foam. I just don't want to call it like anything like Cushlon or anything like that. I just don't see them using that on something like this when they've been using that stuff on their higher tier models all of a sudden, even though Cushlon was their budget feature. But I will say that they are very comfortable, even in the forefoot. They just do ride a little bit higher than something like a Kobe. And they actually remind me of the Kobe's. They look like those Exodus or Exodus, the 80s. I don't know if that was on purpose, but that's what I see. It does feel like there may be a torsional plate or bar right there at the midfoot foot, but it does not feel like anything's in the forefoot. Again, it feels like they're fairly comfortable, at least from a try-on standpoint. But again, if you're a budget shopper, I don't think that this is gonna be too big of a deal, especially if you do have like say orthotics or a move insole. You can always just easily swap out the piece of shit that comes with one of those and you'll be good to go. One cool feature though is both a design feature and a functional feature. It's probably one of my favorite things about budget shoes like this is that they pack a lot of actual design that is functional for the purpose of whatever sport it's for inside of the shoe. So what you see here at the lateral edge is the King logo, you know, the crown or whatever, the King James thing. While you might just see that and be like, oh cool, it's a little throwaway token or whatever that points towards King James and everything. What it actually is actual rubber. So it acts as an outrigger right there, and the little peaks of the crown, while they don't cradle your foot completely, it's enough to where like it should help you a little bit stay on the footbed. So it's just something that I think is kind of cool. It's almost like an Easter egg, but it's a functional piece as well. Now the materials are where most of the costs have been cut, outside of the cushion of course. So basically we've just got a regular textile right here. It kind of looks like the stuff that was on the Jordan 34.
I was gonna say it reminds me, but like in a more grand scale, of that Austin Reeves shoe.
Oh, a little bit. I think that's just because it's behind, because it's like a cross mesh. So yeah, it reminds me of the stuff that they used on the 34, but not plasticky feeling. It's more like fabricy. And that was like as a nod to the Air Jordan 4s, like side netting. So that's what it kind of looks like, but it makes the graphics look like what you're talking about, like the pixelated look. Or what would they call that in the scoreboard?
I don't know, but it's that little billboard that runs all the way around an arena.
Right, or like your digital watch or whatever that is, like your digital clock. It's like that type of thing. So it gives you that type of vibe. Now I'm sure that all colorways will be a little bit different, but this one happens to have a little rand or eye stay area that was made out of synthetic leather. I'm sure it was just to give the shoe a little bit more of an elegant touch, even though it's not like the greatest material or anything like that, but it's there, it should work. It's gonna be stronger than the textiles. So if you tighten your laces up really tightly, then that should be able to take care of that without ripping or pulling through. We also have nylon cables right there at the forefoot. Those should go all the way down to the footbed. Speaking of that forefoot area though, that whole like Kobe AD kind of looking thing actually is a really cool quilted material that goes all the way up into the tongue. I think that this looks really dope personally, especially for a budget shoe. Kind of got like an elegant feel to it.
Ooh, I like it muy macho.
One of the coolest little call outs though on the shoe is something that you may never see. It's actually on the heels of both models. The left shoe says "We Are All," and then the right shoe says "Kings and Queens." So I thought that was pretty awesome. I like that it was like all inclusive, you know what I mean? It wasn't just like we're all kings or we're all queens. It was like, yeah, everybody, we're awesome, it's dope. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, for most people, I would say go up half a size. If anything, go and try them on in store just to make sure. It's one of those shoes that I was actually surprised with. I think that most of the issue for them fitting a little bit snug is the rear collar and everything. This is a more mid-cut design, and that rear collar area is heavily padded and very well sculpted. So I believe it's just pushing your foot a little bit further up into the forefoot and everything like that. So again, if you're a wide footer or even just a regular or narrow footer, I would highly recommend trying these on before buying them online if possible, especially if you wear something like orthotics or braces. Bring those with you to the store. If you happen to have a Famous Footwear or a WSS in your area, just like go online, type in the size that you're looking for, and they have like those little like zip code things, and then it'll tell you if there's one in your area and stuff, and you can go try them on and then find a colorway online that you might like. But anyways, if you were interested in LeBron Witness 8, sound off below and let us know in the comment section. Also, if you happen to have tried out them all, let me know what your favorite one has been so far. Actually, speaking of the Witnesses, they've all been a little narrow. That third one was tight as a mother, but that one also was awesome. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. Let us know what you think about them down below in the comment section. We will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, have a good one.